The way I'm measuring this frame is I'm using that spirit level up where the shock absorber goes, and it sort of sits there naturally, and I've checked it out, and that's a straight line. There's a little mark on top of the frames, I've used that as well. So if you get from the stand in front of the bike and run your eyes down it, you can use the groove in the spirit level there and just look along the frame, and yeah, it's a little bit off to one side there, but it's the back bits where the mudguard goes on, which made the mudguard crooked, and you can see that it's off to one side. So my first attempt was I put a bottle jack on the ground and sort of prized it to push against that, and a little bit on the side of the house and a little bit on the other side of the wall there, and jacked it out. But then I found the bottle jack doesn't work on its side. Obviously there's air in the system, so the next step was to use my car jack, and I could wind it out. And first I put pressure on just to see what was happening, and it looks okay. So then the second bit is really start cranking on it. And I remember reading once that you got to bend something like 3 times to get one lot of bend out of it. So you can see the scratch marks on the concrete, how much I'm bending anything out. And when I'm thinking, it's about my first attempt, I'll see how it goes. And it's not too bad. You can see it's off to the side a little bit still. And yeah, when I check it again, it's if I close one eye and look from one side, and then I look from the other side, you can see the bottom of the spirit level a little bit, and then in the middle it's straight. So I go back and, no more Mr. Nice Guy, so I really give it to him. And that's better. You can see it's sort of straighter now, so it's that way as well. I can see it sort of looks straighter, but it's still off. So, and I check it with another level to make sure that the spirit level is straight and all that sort of stuff. Both sides and up and down, and it's all good, but still I give it some more because it's still not straight enough, and it's putting a lot of pressure on it. But that's not too bad now. I can live with that. Still off to a little bit. You can see the line on the top of the frame there, so that's the line to run down the spirit level. And the way I'd check it is I'd stand there with my left eye. You can just see the bottom of the spirit level if it's on that side. And then if you close your left, put your hand over your left eye, and you can see your right eye, you can just see the bottom of the spirit level. And then straight down the middle there is that's the exact middle. I use the camera to go either side so you can see what I'm looking at. The way I've checked if the back end's straight or not is I just set the frame on the ground, and that's slightly higher on the left hand side, but that could be the ground, so that's okay. When I put the level on the top, it's still slightly higher on the left hand side, so the ground must be just that way, but that's even, so that's excellent. But when I put on the tail section, you can see the left hand side is really a lot higher, so I've got to fix that. With 1 foot on the steering stem, 1 foot on where the foot pegs go, and that big bar through the bottom there, I could just sort of lever it back and bend it straight, and it's perfect now, so I can live with this one. The tail section sits on there really nice now, so all round it's good enough. You can see how much pressure I was putting on that. That's what I did to the wood that was up against the house and part of the frame. And I washed the frame and it looks nice, but when you have a really close inspection, you can see bits of dirt that I've missed. And I've taken a series of photos because when you wash the frame, it's all wet and you can't see the dirt anymore. So I've taken the photos and I'll check through them and I'll scrub each area really well so the frame is thoroughly scrubbed and clean. Because I'm going to coat Penetrol on the bits you don't see and just lanolin on the bits you do see. So it's important that I get it clean, but I don't be coating something that's got dirt underneath it. The frame's finished now. It's done. It's coated. I've just coated over the top a perfectly clean frame. It's whatever imperfections it has, it still has it. You can see on the ends there, it's still rusty. Someone else can dip it or sandblast it if they ever want to clean it and do it properly. Down where you do see there and down the bottom, that's just lanolin. It'll rust again. I'm pretty well done now. I've got all the parts I need, or I've just found a piston that do the job, so that piston's on its way. I'm just waiting on some LED lights, that's all. Other parts arrived. I've got the triple clamp bearings there, so knocked the old ones out, put the new ones in. That wasn't any problem at all. This has arrived, my new collar and bolt. So that's all got there. All these parts are good, all cleaned up. So I'm pretty well got everything I need now. So I've just I'm going away for a few weeks. When I come back, I'll start putting it back together. So if anybody ever tries to sell you a motorbike and says, it's all there mate, it better look like this. Otherwise you've probably got a few parts missing. This bike's all ready to go back together. Everything's cleaned. Everything's ready. I just got to work out the best way to do it. She's all there mate, don't worry, you'll be right.